Hi, welcome to ITC Asia 2026. I have with me this afternoon is Nirupam Das, Head of Data, APAC, Liberty Mutual Insurance. Nirupam, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
So, Nirupam, just straight away delving into the questions, right? What makes a forum like ITC Asia important for senior insurance leaders in Asia right now?
Yeah. So I think insurance is at an inflection point, and especially in Asia, there's so much innovation happening. So when you look at the room around, there's so many, insurtech partners. I can see regulators here. I can see technology providers. I can also see my fellow colleagues, who are interacting. So the kind of discussions that we're having is really resonating with what the business problems are, and the solutions are all somewhere around in this room. And also, I think the kind of discussions that I am, through the forums that I'm experiencing is really world class. I think people are very open about sharing things that are working, not working, and I think ITC has done a very good job in bringing the best of everything in one room.
Okay, excellent. And the big word I think everyone's talking about, and I think this year a lot of focus is on AI, right? So when we talk about AI, we say what should be scaled now and what must remain human judgment led.
So probably I'll take a insurance context. So I think in insurance companies, like there's a lot of repeatable processes. For example, you want to know the status of a claim. It's a very repeatable process. You just need to check against the system and produce a result. You want to find out how to submit a claims, for travel claim. Again, the process is very repeatable. So anything that's repeatable, I think is ripe for transformation. Places where I think we should be cautious about implementing AI would be places where it touches the end decision. For example, when you're settling a claim, the final decision, the AI can do the calculation, but the final decision should be vetted by a human. Same thing when you are pricing a risk. So again, you can have AI do all the heavy lifting calculation, but there has to be a human in the loop.
Yeah.
So if I have to summarize, repeatable processes, which I would say 80% of the process in insurance company are very repeatable, and AI is well ripe for those kind of transformation. But when it comes to decisions which are high risk, like claims decision or pricing, or deciding whether to insure or not to insure, that those are basically very high risk decisions. And even EU AI Act very clearly says those decisions has to have a human in the loop.
Okay. So AI just comes in and complements basically certain roles.
That's correct.
Okay. And what is the one risk the insurance industry is still underestimating or underpricing?
I think I would say again execution AI. I think AI. What I've seen, Sangeeta, is that AI really works when it comes to pilots. I mean, there are a lot of pilots that are really working well, but moment you try to get out of that pilot setup into a real world, I think AI is struggling. You have regulators breathing down your neck. You have MS regulation. You have EU regulation. You have regulations that's coming up in US. From NIST. So I believe we are underestimating the complexity that goes into the execution. Also, I think a lot of insurance companies are underestimating the effort that is going into AI governance. Because when it comes to insurance, you have to be able to explain why did you pay a claim a certain way, why did you reject a claim, and regulators will not accept any other way. So I think investing in AI governance is something, again, I believe a lot of insurance companies are really underestimating the effort that is going into it.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Nirupam. That was very insightful.
Thank you so much, Sandhya.
Hopefully you've enjoyed day one,
I
and
have.
then we've got day two as well.
Yeah.
With lots of content,
Yeah.
a lot more of networking happening, and we hope to always see you at ITC Asia.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.